Okay, on we go with pattern 5. Weep, weep. I've got all my colors lined up here for what is going to happen. And we're going to get to it. So pattern 5 is basically just Apache. Apache tiers, yeah. So, but I'm going to do it with you anyway, because we're doing this together. And we start with color A is the white in the pattern. So here we are, pattern 5 here, coming on up. And I am actually going to try to sort of mirror this back, because I'm going to use this piece to do some yarn graffiti in Australia. Who's coming down under? Whoop whoop. Oh yeah, I was looking for some like Australian phrases the other day, and I learned that whoop whoop in Australia means like in the middle of nowhere. Sort of felt like when I was saying it, I was like lost in the middle of nowhere, but no. Okay, row 1, pattern 5. Let's get to this and stop yapping. So we are going to start with 2 single crochets. Now basically we're going to be putting our first DCs here inside the little Peter pockets from last time. It's all lining up, so it's 1 and 2 singles, and then there is the double into the Peter pocket, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another double. So that is the repeat here, just 5 singles and 1 double into the Peter pocket. And then when we finish the row, we should finish it with 3 singles because we started with 2. Easy peasy. 5 singles, 1 double, another 5. Oh, my nails are going very nicely with this. 3, 4, 5, and then the double here into a little Peter pocket. And now we finished with 1, 2, 3 single crochets, a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and then the border stitch at the end of the row. Schnippity snap, whoopa. Row 1 all done. On to row 2. I'm going to do this slightly lighter green here to take it back, because we're taking it back. It is very nice to do actually a fade in both directions. So it's like a fade up to here, and this is the middle part, and then fade back out. It's not going to be exactly the same. I mean, it never was going to be. Okay, row 2, pattern 5. And we start with our border stitch, and now we are going to do the lines are going to go in this direction. So now we're always just going to be moving our double crochet 1 stitch to the left. So now we do 1, 2, and 3, and then our double goes here into the double from the last row of pattern 4. And now again it's all just 5 singles, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The last of the 5 lands here on the double crochet from last row, and then we do our double. Bum, bum, bum. I just remember now when I start singing that I got this, and this is not complaining. Please do not take this as complaining, because I receive nothing but love on the internet, like 98%, so I consider myself very lucky. So 5 singles and 1 double, it's always just a double moving 1 forward here. But yeah, I got this comment the other day that said something, I can't even remember which pattern it was, but it said like, it was being mildly positive. It was like, yes, the pattern is very nice, but you were not a good teacher, then it said. And then the reason she thought I was not a good teacher was, you cannot just start singing in the middle of a row. Who gets angry by that? Who is going to be angry? What are they saying, police? What is happening? Who gets angry by people bursting out singing? I mean, I know I'm not the best singer, but... And I was just like, yeah, well, if you're not into the singing, like involuntary singing from time to time, then my stuff is not for you. Hope you find something you like, no harm, no foul. But I just thought it was such a funny comment to make, like, you can just not start singing. And I mean, it's a valid point, I suppose. People are usually not singing in the middle of rows, but I do sometimes. Okay, end of the row here. We're going to do our last double crochet here. Just one to the left of this one, onto this one, and now we finished with 2 single crochets. Now I feel like I have to sing Sunshine, Sunshine Reggae. That's my new favorite summer song. Okay, snippity snap. Row 2 of pattern 5. All done, and we are singing. On to row 3, and we're back to the pink. And even though this pattern is insanely easy, and I suspect that most of you do not need this played out row by row for 12 rows, the same thing, we're always just moving the DC one further to the left. I'm still going to do it with you because I promised to. And it's fun. And I want to finish my piece as well for yarn graffiti in Australia. So we do the border stitch. This is row 3, pattern 5, and now we're going to start with, we started here with 2, then we did 3, and now we do 4. 1 and 2, 3, and 4. The 4th single crochet lands here on the double crochet, and then we're going to do our double here just next to the double from last row, and then it's always just 5 single crochets. I'm such a stubborn little elf that I feel like I should sing the whole way through. Double, 5 singles, the 5th lands here. If you find that you don't have enough stitches or something, just make 2 into 1, it's no problem. Double, 5 singles, sunshine, sunshine reggae. And then we finish with 1 double, 1 single, and the border stitch. I suppose the least you could think that you were supposed to be able to count on is that people do not sing in tutorials, but still, I mean. Okay, that's row 3 all done. I'm gonna stop talking about this. On to row 4. I think I'm gonna do like 2 in each color now so that I get more colors in. I don't know, we'll see. We're all lined up for the last 3 patterns here. The fade that I'm gonna do. So that's the border stitch here, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. So now in this row 4, it's completely like the repeat is just 5 singles, 1 double. So there's no like difference at the beginning and end of row in this one. 5 singles, 1 double. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Mm-hmm. Take it easy. Sunshine, sunshine. 5 in between. You should check this song out, actually. It's so summery and nice. It's a Danish band called Laid Back. I think it's like from the 80s. Beautiful song. It's my new theme song for the summer. It's definitely going on to the playlist, the Australian playlist. Okay, 5 singles, and now we finish here with 1 double. And then we do the border stitch as always. Snippity snap, row 4 of pattern 5. All done. On we go, row 5. I just did the calculations with the yarn I have lined up, and I have more than enough for 2 rows in each color. So sometimes I'm just going to do 1 row and just let it flow. So we're going to do row 5 now, and here actually is the one bit that you have to be vigilant about in this pattern, which is that because all the DCs are moving one step to the left, if we just continue that way, they just go all and they just fall off the end here. Whoop. So whoopa. And so we need to now every, I don't know what, how many rows, every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, when you start repeating more, you need to add a double crochet at the beginning so that we don't end with, that would actually be kind of cool if it was just let them drop off. Well, that's an idea for another thing. Not that I am a scatterbrain. No, 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 no. So, row 5. Double the border stitch at the beginning of the row, and then now we start with 1 double crochet because we have to add this one here. Once you have one at the last stitch of last row is the double crochet, then you know that next row you have to start by adding 1 at the beginning. And now again, it's the same. Now we just, instead of doing 5 singles and 1 double, now we do 1 double and 5 singles. So 1 double there and 5 singles. And the 5th single here lands on the DC as always. And then we do our double crochet 1 step to the left. It's like stopping people from dancing. I have a really great dance game. It's like a that I'm gonna do in Australia. I have actually, it's like a mission in my life to get people to dance. I think dancing is very healing, and I love to dance. I think it's so good. I would do that. I would do that in the morning when the boys were little, and it was so hectic the mornings. And then then I would always, before we left, even if we were a bit late, I would say, no, we will do our 1 song dance, and we'd put on a record and dance to 1 song before leaving the house. It's such a good practice in the morning. So now we're doing our last repeat here, 1 double here, and then 5 singles. The other criticism that I get is that I blather too much, which is totally, I mean, I recognize that. That I'll give you. But the singing, never. No, I can't break this. I have to find scissors. Let us see. Oh, such a great, oh no, I'm going to say it in the next row. Row 5, all done. Whoop, whoop. Let's go, row 6 in the pattern 5, and we're going to take it back to turquoise, and it's all in a tangle because I am not an organized soul. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, I was going to say, it was so funny. I went to my cafe here at the corner yesterday, and I just found out one of the best baristas there. He's always so sweet. I was telling him I'm going to Australia, and I was like, and he was like, yeah, where are you going? I was like, yeah, have you been there? And he's like, I'm from there, and he's Australian, so I'm finding Aussies all over in my life now. Okay, we're gonna do row 6, and now we start with the border stitch, and now we start with 1 single crochet into the double here from last row, and then we do our double here just next to it, like so. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Let's go double and go, go, go. Now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. My poor mother having to raise me. Can you see how I'm so defiant? You tell me not to sing, and I'm just gonna up my game. I'm showing you as well what's happening. So again, now we have 5 here. The last of the singles goes into the double, and then we have a double here. This really is a very simple pattern, like all the patterns in Havana really, but this one is the most basic, I suppose. But basic is good. Cinco, 5. Oop, and 1 double. And now since we started with 1 single crochet here, we know we're going to end with 4. Because the total is always going to be 5. 2, 3, and 4. And then the double. No, the border stitch. Okay, that's row 6 all done. Okay, row 7 in pattern 5. I have to choose some colors that are just gonna do 1 row, but this hot pink is definitely not one of those. Also have very little of this left, so maybe, well, I'm not gonna finish it with this either. Do you get the same, like, because I always buy colors, yarn for colors, so when it's very little left, I get kind of stingy with it. But still, I want more hot pink. Hot pink is always happy. Okay, whoops. Row 7 here. And now, basically, this is the same as row 1. Because we do the border stitch, and then we do 2 single crochets, 1 double, and then the 5 singles. Always the same. And then our double lengths here at the left of the last double. And then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the double. Ah, yes, I was going to tell you about I have a dancing game that I'm going to do at the conference. I tried it out at the conference in Blunthos in the north here, and it was a riot. Cinco, no, why am I always saying cinco? What's happening here? Do I need coffee? I need coffee. 5 single crochets. Cinco, I don't even know how to say it in punto. Yeah, I have to learn the stitches in Spanish. 5 singles and then 1 double here. And since we started with 2 in the beginning of the row, then we have 3 here at the end. And then our border stitch. Oops. Cut the yarn. Come on. Whoopa. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a yarn lottery. I have gotten lots of nice Icelandic yarn. Okay, let's continue in the next row. These are so short, I can't even talk, let alone sing. Row 6, row 7, all done. On to row 8. I was gonna take the new blue here. This one is especially pretty. Turquoise. Yes, I have talked to some Icelandic yarn manufacturers, and I've talked to all the small ones that are making like specialty, novelty, like really nice yarn from Icelandic wool, because I want to represent, of course, when I go to Australia, and I'm gonna bring some very nice gifts of Icelandic wool with me. I'm so excited about that. And you have to dance to win the lottery. That's all I'm gonna give away. Border stitch, and we do 1, 2, 3, and then the double here. 1 step to the left, and then again 5 and 5. Yeah, I was very happy that they all agreed. They all said yes to me. Because we're thinking, we want to, I mean, Australia and New Zealand are like the biggest wool manufacturers, I think, in the world. So I think we need to at least try to represent and show our Icelandic wool as well. It's a bit different. What we do have here in Iceland, again, just 5 and 1, 5 and 1. What we do have here, especially in Iceland, is that we have a lot of variety in the colors of the sheep. So we have so many beautiful, what we call sauðalitir, which would just translate as sheep color. And I love working with these sheep colors. They're so beautiful. So hopefully I can bring some of those. And then I'm taking some, that's 5 and 1 here, and then we finish with 2 single crochets on the border stitch. And I'm also getting some very nice wool that is hand dyed with how do you say this in English, the natural dye colors, like the that are just used herbal dye. Herbal dye, is that the word? Whoopa. So I have some of that, and then I have some lamb's wool, and oh, it's just gonna be so much fun to bring gifts and have some lottery dance competition. No, it's not a dance competition. It's not like that. It's just you have to dance to participate, but you don't have to dance good. That's not the point here. Just dance. It doesn't have to be good. Just like I just sing, it doesn't have to be good. Row 8, all done. Row 9. Now we need a new pink. And on we go with our simple little Apache stitch. And we do the border stitch, and now we have 4 single crochets at the beginning of the row. The last one lands here in the double, and then we go down and do our double crochet to the left, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the double, 1, 2, oops, la 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 la, oops, it should be here in the frame somewhat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the double, whoop, like so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the double. And now we just have 1 single crochet at the end because we started with 4, and then we do the border stitch, all done, with row 4, no 9, Jesus, of pattern 5. On to row 10. I'm gonna do another row of this beautiful blue, but then I have to keep going with the blues because I have a lot of blues to go. A lot of blues. Not so much blues in my life now though. Quite happy. The only thing that is like stressing me out is this amazing opportunity and trip that I have ahead of me, but I think that's a problem I'm willing to have. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we start again with 5. So this is like row something before. We are repeating ourselves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this row then is just always 5 and then 1 double. 5 singles, 1 double. No blues. No blues here. Just a tad of stress, but I kind of feel like yesterday was the first day I've been stressing a lot because it's just stressful, a lot to do. But yesterday was actually the day where I was just like, I think I've got this. I'm not sure I do, but it's good to at least think so. You work better when you feel like you've got this, right? That was 5 singles and 1 doubles, and then again 5 and 1, all the way through in row 10. 2, 4, 5, ja, and the double, and 5, 4 and 5, and the double, and then there's the border stitch, and we're all done. Okay, that's only 2 more rows to go. Which just goes to show, like, why was I postponing making these videos? It takes no time, it's so much fun, and I get a chance to sing. Row 10, all done. On to row 11. I'm coming in with this lovely sort of, it's hot pink, but it's like hot pink going sort of in the direction of orangey. And now, because remember, when we ended last row with 1 double crochet here, so that they don't fall off on the left side, we have to add 1 here now at the beginning of the next row. So we are going to do in our row 11 the border stitch at the beginning of the row. And now we start with the double crochet so that we add 1 in here so that the pattern continues. So now we have in this row we have 1 double and 5 singles. 3, 4, 5, and then the double here, just next to the double from last row. But yeah, it just goes to show that mindset really is so important. It's so important when you're feeling good and you feel like you've got this. And it's easier said than done. Like, I don't have any tricks for why I feel sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But when you feel calm and you feel good and you feel like you've got this, then everything is just easier, right? That's such a good feeling. That's a double, and then we do another 5. I mean, I'm definitely going to forget something and probably duck up one thing or another, but still, I feel like I've got this. Okay, and the last repeat, 1 double and 5 singles. And the single lands here in the double crochet, and then we do the border stitch. Cut the yarn, snippity snappy, whoopa. Row 11 all done. Okay, last here, row in pattern 5. We're gonna come in with this beautiful turquoise here, just a bit brighter, this one, or like deeper. And in this last row here, we're gonna do the border stitch, and then we do 1 single, and then a double here in the next stitch, like so. And then we're gonna do 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last one lands in the double, and then we do the double here. So this pattern is very relaxing and nice, like all the other patterns really. It's maybe not the most fun, but it's always a good one. I think the most fun is, I like these best, like I think 3 and 4 are my favorites. But 5 is a classic, and it's good in company to all the others. 5 singles, 1 double, and another 5 here, and 1 double, and now we finish with 4 single crochets, because remember we started the row with 1. No, we were going to finish with 3 because we started with 2. 1 and 2. What? No, we started with 1. What's wrong with me? This is the border stitch, and then we had 1. Did I manage to tuck this up? 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the end, and then the border stitch at the end of the row. Cut the yarn and whoopa. That's pattern 5 all done for you. So very nice. Okay, that's it for today. I'll be back soon. I don't want to make any promises, man, with pattern 6. Toodaloo!